Welcome back to Mass Appeal, everyone. We are here in the kitchen and we are whipping up some sugar-topped blueberry muffins with the diva of deliciousness, Tinky Weisblat. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Can I just say, look at her hat right now.
Yeah.
Why don't we do a little tilt down?
Yeah, let's show it off.
It has blue, just like blueberries. It is gorgeous.
Well, I felt it had to be the hat for today.
It is very fitting.
Do you have a second house or perhaps like a moving vehicle for your hats?
Just for hats.
I have a very
closet?
full closet.
Okay.
Yeah. It's really it gets a little ridiculous.
No, you could have fooled me.
Yeah.
Tinky,
yes,
we're making a delicious dish today. What do you want to start with? How do you want to do it?
I want to start with talking about the blueberries. Now, you may use any blueberry that you like, but I am using here my beloved low bush blueberries, which come in around August 1st, so they're right in season now.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And they grow in a lot in Maine and Canada, and also around here, particularly in Heath, which is where I got mine from an organic grower.
And if people are interested in going and picking things, a simple internet search is going to show you so many different farms that are in the area, right in the 413, where you can pick, and it's a blast to do it.
So they're very small, they're very flavorful, they grow differently from high bush blueberries. They propagate underground, and in fact the main way that you take care of them, which is a little scary, but the farmers know what they're doing, is in French Canadian, this type of bush is called the brûlis, which brûle is burning. You actually want to burn your blueberry crop every so often. This is what the Native Americans learned.
A controlled burn. Don't do this at home, kids.
No, don't go home and say I got to torch my blueberry bushes.
Tinky told us to burn the blueberries.
But that makes them spread better and makes them more flavorful. It fertilizes them. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
So we're making this lovely recipe given to me by Teresa. Thank you, Teresa.
Thanks, Teresa.
Because I wasn't that thrilled, and it's so easy. So we start with flour. We're making half a recipe, and now that I think about it, and you'll have the whole recipe on your website.
Oh, good, thank you.
Of course.
A half recipe is great because who needs 1.5 million blueberry muffins, even if they're small?
We all do, yeah.
Okay, sorry. So we're starting with flour.
Okay.
We're going to add our ½ cup of sugar to the flour. Now, if it were the whole recipe, it would be a whole cup of sugar.
There it is.
And we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, please.
Okay.
And I see here some...
That's for the sugar top.
Oh, sparkling white sugar. Never heard of that.
It's called sanding sugar or coarse sugar. If you don't have coarse sugar, you can use regular sugar, but it's extra big and it makes it a little fancy and fun.
Oh, what about that unrefined cane sugar, the brown sugar?
A little bit of salt.
Okay.
You could use that too, and it would be very pretty. Yeah, it's the same thing. So we're going to mix that up nicely. Yes. This is really an easy recipe.
I was going to say, this doesn't take much.
No, it takes very little doing. So we're now going to, Seth, would you like to pour the milk in, please?
Would I? Would I ever? Now, it's obviously dry first, and then we're adding wet to it. Which is just simple baking 101. Tinky, why is there an egg in what I can only assume is water?
Lauren and I were just discussing this.
Yes.
It's because that way you don't worry about whatever it is you get from raw eggs. If you want your egg for most baking to be at room temperature, but you don't want it to sit out for a long time. So the solution to that is that you take the egg out of the refrigerator a couple minutes before you're ready to bake.
Okay.
And then you put it in warm water, and then it comes to room temperature very quickly.
So it's for
now we're going to put the egg in.
Okay. You want to crack me?
If you don't mind getting your fingers wet.
Oh, not at all.
Okay. Atta girl.
I wish I could do it with one hand.
Oh, next time we'll work on it.
Okay.
Okay, just throw it back in the bowl with the water. It cleans something, I don't know.
All right.
And then,
yes.
so we have some melted butter.
Oh, okay.
So I melted it and then I let it sit for a couple minutes because we don't want it cooking the eggs prematurely.
Good idea.
Oh, you're getting a little workout here, Seth.
I feel the burn.
Yeah.
Did you notice I passed it along to Seth?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody saw it, and she mumbled, can you stir this
And I
for me?
completely forgot something that I'm going to tell you to do at home.
Okay.
Everybody listen up.
Okay, so earlier, a couple of steps back, sorry, when you had the flour sugar mixture, before you put the milk in, you were supposed to put a little bit of that, like a tablespoonful, in your berries.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And toss the berries. And what that does is coat the berries with flour.
Gotcha.
It means they're not going to sink to the bottom of the muffins. But I have no objection to having berries at the bottom of my muffins, which is what we're going to have.
Yeah. There we go. A little bit of this.
Little berries.
Now, I want to do it daintily, I would imagine, because we don't want to smush all the berries.
We don't want to smush our delicate low bush beautiful. I call them blue pearls. They are really
Blue
lovely.
pearls.
I'll buy that.
One more step,
Okay.
and we are ready to bake.
Good, because
Woo,
I'm exhausted.
then we're ready to taste.
Good, okay.
I prefer to use my little cookie scoop.
Okay.
Okay, I will do one and then you can follow. So what I do is for each muffin, I take like a very full scoop.
Yeah?
And then it's like an ice cream scoop.
So just one scoop per...
One scoop. They're small muffins, but they're perfect
Okay.
for, is it not back to school week?
It
here
is
at
back to school week.
Massive
Someone's been watching. Thank
Yes,
you, Tinky.
and you could give them in someone's lunch and they would be very happy.
Can you also make this into a loaf or throw it in an 8x11 pan, or
I
is this
think it's
designed...
very similar to a cake.
Okay.
Quick bread, yes.
So you'll be good if you made it and then you realize, uh-oh, I don't have my muffin tin.
Right. No, I don't see why not. You would just want to grease and flour your thing.
All right.
And Seth is going to go get the finished product. I know, my little
Bye, Seth.
muffin.
See ya.
I like having the little muffin liners because they just make
Me
life
too.
easier.
So now, when we put it in the oven, we do it at what
We are
temperature
going
and for
to
how
be
long?
at 350 for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on, you want them to be done. But absolutely. And if you're using frozen blueberries, which we'll have to use soon because they don't last very
Oh,
long.
I see, it's almost over. And then we top with a little bit of sugar.
A little longer. And then here.
Now, Tinky, feel
Yes,
free not
dear.
to answer this question. Are you much of a drinker? Do you enjoy a stiff drink every now and again?
I cook with alcohol. I don't actually drink it.
Perfect. Then you need to find someone who feels similarly, because a new study finds older couples who drink alcohol together or who both don't drink are happier than couples in which only
know-
one partner drinks.
See that?
Yeah, it
I mean,
makes
think
sense,
about it.
right?
You're sitting around and he's like,
Exactly. If someone's on the sauce, you know, it's a whole thing.
Researchers in the study questioned more than 2,700 couples over the 10 years, couples that were married an average of 33 years, and for about 2/3 of them, it was their first marriage.
And they were all at least 50 years old. The lead author said what's significant is not how much the couples drink, but whether they both drink or not. So whether
Wow.
you're drinking to excess or you're not drinking at all, as long as you're doing it together.
Well, Boston's police department has a brand new ice cream truck, and the city's police commissioner handed out Hoodsie ice cream cups from it yesterday. The truck is the coolest addition to their Operation Hoodsie Cup program.
Community outreach designed to reach across mistrust and misunderstanding. Operation Hoodsie Cup launched in 2010, with officers handing out more than 120,000 free Hoodsie Cups since then, while connecting with thousands of kids in their community.
And the smiles from the kids enjoying a sweet treat, well, that's the cherry right on top.
That's so brilliant.
It is
Talk
brilliant.
about community police
love it.
relations.
Exactly.
Ice cream. for
However,
heaven's sake.
they did release the cost of that truck, so a lot of people are beefing about that. We might be showing you that story in 22 News at noon. We're a few days away from the 2016 Olympic Summer Games. They're getting underway in Rio. It looks like the U.S. contingent is having a lot of fun ahead of Friday's opening ceremony. Take a look at this picture.
That's a top U.S. gymnast, Simone Biles. On the right, she stands at 4 feet 8 inches tall. Oh, that's almost as tall
our
as
tall.
Yeah,
Almost
I was gonna say, it's a regular Tinky. Behind her is men's volleyball player David Lee, who at 6'8" towers over her by 2 feet. That is impressive.
She posted this photo on Twitter. She wrote that size differences in the Olympics doesn't matter. It all depends on the sport that you play.
That's really cool, though. At the end of the day, they're both Olympians. Thanks to our friends at Droscher Florist. These flowers, as always, are beautiful. Tomorrow on Mass Appeal, it's another amazing hour, but we shall see you then. Bye, everybody.